It's the KQ Morning Show, 92 KQRS.
Tuesday, September 17th, and the dream is not over for Kirk Cousins. Let's get to your top 5 at 6. Last night, Monday Night Football. Kirk Cousins, remember him? Squeaky clean fella. Played for the Vikings for a while. Good guy. Made a boatload of money. Yeah. Went down to the Atlanta Falcons, and boy, they looked awful in a Week 1 loss to the Steelers. But last night in Philadelphia, engineered a drive to win the game. With 1:56 on the clock, the Falcons had a 0.7 chance of winning, according to the win probability model. Kirk Cousins, against all odds, led the Falcons down the field, basically saved the season. They got Kansas City next week. If they had started 0-3, forget it. I'm not saying that season's going to go deep into the postseason. I'm just saying they got the win they needed. And I just want to say this. We don't have to spend too much time here. Way to go, Kirk. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, here, I've got a little bit of what that sounded like, that game-winning drive.
So, yeah, we'll keep playing. But they keep playing higher, and I'm going, Creed has a lot of hits. They got a good catalog. We don't have to only play higher, but they're taking us higher.
I think that's what I miss least about him, is he took Creed with him. So
he did
fare
take
thee
Creed
well. I think every Viking fan would love to see that rematch in the playoffs. The NFC Championship would be ideal, and just whoop the Falcons this time with Kirk Cousins on his back.
Wow, man, you're not kidding. 25 years later, 26, could we be that lucky? That would be amazing. All right, we got a plan now. Let's make that happen, football gods. Number 4 on your top 5 at 6. We mentioned Jane's Addiction had a blow up on stage over the weekend. Now they have unsurprisingly, canceled their tour. So a couple of posts on Instagram yesterday. The band's official Instagram to all the fans. The band have made the difficult decision to take some time away from the group. But then the 3 members of the band, not named Perry Farrell, followed up with this post. Due to a continuing pattern of behavior and the mental health difficulties of our singer Perry Farrell, we have come to the conclusion that we have no choice but to discontinue. Man, taking shots at Perry. By all accounts, Perry Farrell is on his best day. Kind of hard to work with. Kind of tough to be around.
Yeah, sounds like Jane's Addiction might be ready for Jane's rehab.
I think
is it time?
It's high time. I think it's decades past time. Number 3 on your top 5 at 6. Speaking of statements from bands, this one goes into the Hall of Fame. REO Speedwagon, we talked about them a couple weeks ago. Already breaking new ground as a band who wouldn't let their bass player return to the live stage because they said his posture wasn't up to snuff. He had back surgery last fall. Bruce Hall, been in the band 50 years, had back surgery, and wanted to be on the road this summer. And the band said, "You're not ready yet. You don't look right when you're on stage." Interesting choice for a bunch of... It's not like they're a punk band of kids all 19 years old. Yeah. But anyway, yesterday the band released a statement reiterating it's not just up to Bruce. He is not recovered sufficiently to be able to perform at the level of fans have come to expect. Again, what is the basis for REO Speedwagon doing on stage that the fans have an expectation of? Play the root note in 8. Just do that. You're fine. But no, apparently the band overruled his return, and then there's been a little bit of a back and forth, and now, unexpectedly, the band has announced they're breaking up. They are finishing their tour this year, and as of January 1st, they will no longer be a band. And here's why. During this period of the last few months, apparently bassist Bruce Hall and lead singer Kevin Cronin have come to such a head on it. There was an impasse. There's irreconcilable differences from this situation.
Now,
after all these years, the fight over this guy's return has led them to realize they can no longer work together, and they've taken the whole band down with them. It's the craziest thing ever. And then the bass player's going, I tried everything I could. I want the band to be back together. Kevin Cronin is going, oh, by the way, Kevin Cronin just canceled some gigs from his surgery that he had unexpectedly.
Oh, my, all right.
And now he says, lying here tethered to various beeping machines makes a guy think, I've had plenty of free time this past week to appreciate the love in the eyes of my wife and kids. If they'd got, oh, for God's sakes. Promoters called and said you can make more money if you cut the band and play as Kevin Cronin. You can still play the same set list. Kevin Cronin of REO Speedwagon. Tour dates coming soon. Same old story.
Sounds like my grandpa's arguing, If only I'd had a chance to see REO Speedwagon. They tour so infrequently.
Yeah. I'm always blown away when people in their 70s go, I've been thinking about life and how I want to live. Just now, you waited this long to think about what it all means? Well, then, what can I say?
Let's hope they ride the storm out.
I guess better late than never. Yeah, no kidding. Number 2 on your top 5 at 6. Close call at the start of the school year in New Prague, Minnesota. Did I get that right?
Nice work.
You did.
New Prague. She knew I had Prague all teed up and ready to go. A school bus Monday morning carrying 50 middle schoolers and high schoolers left the road and entered a cornfield.
Woo!
And if you're wondering what a few seconds of that sounds like, well, here you go.
Cornfield!
Okay,
I can chuckle because
everybody's okay. No injuries, so we can laugh.
Oh my!
Cornfield!
Well, it's that time of the year, isn't it? The corn maze. They just got an early start on a corn maze out there near New Prague.
Children of the corn in New Prague, right?
Exactly.
Hey, want to give a quick tip of the cap to Big Lake, Minnesota. Big Lake, up until 1867, known as Humboldt. Did you know that?
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it was established to harvest ice in both of its town's lakes. There was a lot of ice that Big Lake provided, but it needed to be transported quickly. Therefore, a railway station was built in 1871 and contributed to the growth of the area. You get a railway station in 1871, you're doing something right. Well done, Big Lake.
Yeah, high five.
Don't forget the Spud Festival every summer. And finally, top 5 at 6, your number 1. Today is IT Professionals Day. IT Professionals Day. Network engineers, system administrators, database admins, nerdies. It's your day. We do appreciate the fact that a bunch of people we don't want to hang out with come in when we need them most and make our lives run smoothly. So cheers to the IT professionals.
I love hanging out with Holden, our IT guy. Holden rocks.
Holden does rock.
Shout out to Holden.
All right. I will say I've been talking to IT professionals a lot this week. I'm having a home internet issue thing, and they've been great. They really have been. I think it's gotten a little bit better because they know they're competing now against, chat rooms and different things and AI. A lot of these chat rooms and AI, but they've been good. But again, I've been talking to them a lot, which means we've not gotten to the bottom of the problem. A little frustration there, but fingers are crossed that I'll be up and streaming before you know it.
We wish you the best. Coolest things made in Minnesota. Let's discuss. Hang tight.
Connect with us on the KQ Talk and Text line. 651-989-ROCK. That's 651-989-ROCK. 92 KQRS.
Text to 651-989-ROCK, the KQ Talk and Text line. I want to know what the coolest thing we make in Minnesota is. I'm not the only one that wants to know because there's a poll, the coolest thing made in Minnesota, hosted by Minnesota Chamber of Commerce and the BMO Bank, and it's down over 100 submissions. They've been whittling it down. They're down to the final 16, the Sweet 16 products. And they're going, it's like a bracket. They've got them all up against each other. So here's where we got 8 matchups to get down to 8 finalists. There's an industrial 3D printer from Stratasys going up against nuclear heat exchangers from Super Radiator Coils.
Nerd alert.
Coin toss, whichever one. I don't know. They both sound cool to me.
Nuclear heat exchangers is a good name for a band.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's what
not
I'm throwing
bad.
out there.
There it is. Nuclear heat exchangers for the win. Floating wetland islands from Midwest Floating Island versus Mosaic Transducer, a hard drive platform from Seagate Technology. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm looking at this Sweet 16, and they missed the 2 best things produced in Minnesota anyway on this list.
Which are?
Taylor and Sydney's up. Come on.
So
but you
cute.
want to pit them against each other? Nice.
Oh, yeah, I do. I have been their whole lives.
That's
Sydney's
classic.
leading just by a little now.
I'm picking Taylor.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because she lives here.
Classic Zepp parenting right there. Let's put them in the squared circle and see who walks out with less of a limp. The leather Beckman boot from Red Wing Shoe Company versus Easy Stand, a sit-to-stand device for people with physical disabilities. Well, we got to vote on that one. I mean, it's helping people stand up.
No, Red Wing.
Go with
Yeah,
the
the
Red Wing.
boot looks cool.
Yeah, let's go with the people that can walk.
How about this? A new snowmobile from Arctic Cat versus rubber track conversion system from Matrack. No, come on, snowmobile every time.
Yeah.
Johnny Pop's frozen rainbow fruit stacks versus iBox, a device from Minitronics Medical that tests for concussions. Nah, give me the Johnny Pops, man.
Yeah,
Put the Johnny Pop on the skull.
Yeah, concussions, walk it off.
All right, there's just a few more. I'll go real. Action track chair, an all-terrain wheelchair versus an absorbable single-use antibacterial envelope for implantable electronic I'm just going with the wheelchair. I don't even know what the hell that's talking about.
Yeah.
Here's the final two. Sugar from the American Crystal Sugar Company.
That one's too easy.
Straight up sugar versus a folding bow saw from Sven Saw.
Can you put it in your pocket?
I'm not really sure about that. Can you chop sugar with it?
I like them. I did just snort some crystal sugar this morning, though, so I don't know which way to go. By the way, that all-track vehicle, took some of our disabled vets out in that for a hunt a few falls ago. It's quite a machine. Outstanding. So that's my vote on that one.
Then it's got my vote. Finally, though, here's the one. This is the square off. I would have thought this would make the finals, but no. Here we are in the what comes before quarterfinals. Spam versus Scotch tape from 3M. Hormel's Spam versus 3M's Scotch tape. That's like when the two top seeds play in the first round of the playoffs. That's unfair. Come on.
That is. I would rather eat Scotch tape, I think. Probably be my vote, I think.
I have found that Spam is surprisingly adhesive. So,
you just got to scrape that jelly off of it first.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that stuff will stick to all sorts of things. That's
what about the Post-it note? Shouldn't that be in there?
I would have thought.
3M can only have one, though, right? You can't do Scotch tape and Post-it notes. That's not fair. Post-it note did come in on the talk and text line at 651-989-ROCK. Chuck said Lund Boats. Are Lund Boats Minnesotan? I've been Googling and I can't figure it out.
Well, one of them isn't it? Is it Lund's? Yeah, it must be Lund's. One of those, I think hell, I don't know. What about Tonka trucks?
Oh, right. From Minnetonka.
Right. Done deal. Yeah. What about this on the text line? Pearson's salted nut rolls.
And we have, I think it might just be unfair, if they made it
nut
in.
goodie.
What'd you call me?
I've got a lot to learn.
Absolutely.
I'm familiar with the Stuckey's pecan log. Down south, the Pearson's nut log is a new one for me. I'm going to have to investigate that. 651-989-ROCK is the talking text line. What's the best product made in Minnesota? Should we mention the KQ Morning Show? I mean, is it too? Can we vote for ourselves? We're made in Minnesota.
No.
Hey, speaking of made in Minnesota, memories are about to be made. Good times are about to happen. KQ's going up north with Hoffman River Construction, October 3rd through the 6th at Cragen's Resort on Gull Lake. That's a fine way to spend a weekend. Join us for a broadcast of the KQ Morning Show, a karaoke party, a dinner cruise, live music, and so much more. Book your stay right now at 92kqrs.com. Sponsored by Hoffman Rubber Construction and Cragen's Resort on Gull Lake. It will be a wonderful weekend.
Connect with us on the KQ Talkin' text line. 651-989-ROCK. That's 651-989-ROCK. 92 KQRS.
I'm Steve Gorman. This is the KQ Morning Show, and it is time on September 17th for a history lesson.
Oh, Steve. Hello?
Speak up.
Oh, okay, I can do that. On this day in 1920, I think that's 104 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, the American Professional Football Association, organized by George Halas, was formed in Canton, Ohio, in an automobile showroom. When you go, why is the Hall of Fame in Canton? Well, it's because this is where it all began. The original football teams paid a $100 admission fee. Those teams included the Decatur Staleys, the Canton Bulldogs, and the Dayton Triangles. Triangles?
Yeah, well,
team after a shape.
Man.
I had a geometry teacher on the staff there, maybe.
Man, no kidding. How about the Hammond Circles? No, they didn't. They were the Hammond Pros. The Muncie Flyers, the Rochester Jeffersons.
If they had just built it a little closer to the interstate, because every summer headed from South Dakota to Pennsylvania,
That's right.
40 miles off the interstate, Dad wasn't making an 80-mile detour. Still have never been.
So basically, it's a long way of saying our autumnal misery started this day 104 years ago. Thanks, George Alice. On this day in 1961, Francis Albert Sinatra played his first NFL game. No, I'm sorry. Francis Asbury Tarkenton played his first NFL game coming in off the bench against the Chicago Bears. By the way, in case you're wondering, he was the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. He led the Vikings to a 37-13 victory, the first quarterback to ever throw for 4 touchdowns in his first game. Fran!
The scrambler. Love him.
After it. Oh, those were the days, huh? Before I was alive. Huh.
You mean the host of That's Incredible played football?
You're damn straight he did.
Oh.
Yeah, baby.
So did Kathy Lee Crosby.
A linebacker. Everyone forgets, man. Outside linebacker. Boy, her weak side
played dirty.
To the football was unmatched.
Right.
On this day in 1984, Reggie Jackson had his 500th home run on the 17th anniversary of his first ever home run. 17 years to the day after he hit number 1, he hit number 500. Reggie hit 3 home runs in a World Series game off 3 different pitchers on 3 different pitches. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen anybody do in my life in a baseball field. That's it. Sorry, it can't be topped.
It's the KQ Morning Show, 92 KQRS. You're listening to the KQ Morning Show. Steve, Zepp, Tony, and Ryder on 92 KQRS.
Plymouth, Minnesota. What is up? Good morning, Plymouth. I enjoy Plymouth. I've been out there a few times. I got friends out there. It's a lovely part of the world.
It is Plymouth. Sorry.
I love me a Bloody Mary, so I know I know areas around Minnesota based on their Bloody Marys. I talk about them frequently, but I'm not even kidding around here, boys and girls. They have a Bloody Mary. I think it's the Northern Tap House in Plymouth. I hope I'm right on this. Bloody of the month, the Mediterranean. It's bigger than my hometown. I kid you not. I kid you not. Look it up. I'm serious. It'll blow your mind. Yeah.
Good to know. Writing that down, actually. Bigger than my hometown. That's a good size. I often say I like an omelet bigger than my head. A Bloody Mary bigger than my hometown? You've trumped me, sir. Well played. It is Tuesday, which means no fun allowed right now. It's Unfun Facts.
Oh, I was just trying to get my facts straight. Unfun.
Unfun.
Not fun.
Not fun. Not fun.
Entirely unfun.
The KQ Morning Show presents
Unfun
Facts. Let's begin, shall we? Shall we?
You want some unfun facts? I'm going to crush everyone's spirit right now, myself included. For the first 18 years, you spend some time with your parents during 90% of the days that you are around. If you move out after 18, most people average seeing their parents no more than 5 times a year each.
Yeah.
For an average of maybe 2 days at a time, 10 days a year. At an average lifespan, if the 10 days a year thing holds, that's about 300 days left to hang with your parents. You graduate from high school, you've already spent 93% of the time you will spend with your parents.
What the? Well, cue Cats in the Cradle here for me.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
so sad.
It's all over but the shouting.
Milk it, Tony.
You're still working well, Tony. You still got 2 under the roof. Keep them there.
Oh, man.
My babies.
Them babies are going to end up in the basement. Dad, why are you handcuffing us? Humans are what are known as deuterastomes, which means when we develop from an embryo, the first thing that forms is our anus. So at one point in all of our lives, we literally were just assholes. That's it.
Some of us never got past that, really.
Uranus.
Hippopotamus are dear friends who will kill us if we turn our backs on them. Don't kid yourself. If you see a hippo in the wild, go the other way. Their sweat looks like blood.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they have a red pigment in their glands that makes their sweat blood red. But it also acts as a sunscreen for the hippo.
Oh,
Good
all
for
right.
them.
That's pretty strong.
A lot going on.
How many millennia did it take for evolution to make that work? They're just sitting around thinking about it. I don't know, man. I got to get in the shade on those hot days. Plus, no one's scared of my sweat. Just give it 148,000 years. It's going to work out just fine. Here's another one. The FBI just released their latest crime statistics. Go ahead and kill someone. You got about a 40% chance of getting away with it.
Really?
Yeah, police in America cleared 61% of murder cases last year. That means they either arrested someone or they dismissed the case because they figured, well, it was something else. Oftentimes they say it's suicide. 38.4% of murders led to 0 arrests last year. Wow.
Tony over there, he's making a list. What are you writing down over there, Lee?
Yeah, I'm wondering the method of murder. I wonder if that matters.
86% of car thefts, no arrests made. We have friends, and this is not a local story, but when we lived in California, our friend's car was stolen, and the police, when they called, literally said, "Well, what would you expect us to do about that?"
Okay. Ridicule me?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Vultures intentionally poo on themselves.
Well.
You heard me. Vultures are not only, look, they're disgusting. They circle around and they swoop in and they eat rotten bodies of roadkill.
Somebody's got to do it.
And they got that's very true. They got those weird wrinkly heads and their cold, dead eyes. But did you know that when a vulture is hot, they cool themselves off by pooing down their own legs?
I think some marathon runners do that too, don't they?
That's right. This summer at the Olympics, I believe, the triathlon, the swimmers in the Seine were doing that. The poo lowers the vulture's body temperature. It protects its scaled legs from the desert sun. Oh, my God, that's
good for
great.
them.
Mary Shelley, the author of Frankenstein. Mary Shelley kept her dead husband's heart in her writing desk.
What?
Wow. How about that? A rare condition meant the poor fella's heart remained unburnt after his cremation.
What kind of condition is that? You light that dude on fire and his heart survives?
You've heard of Heart of Stone. I mean, I guess dude was taking that literally. Rather than bury it, Mary Shelley decided to keep it in a drawer. And then she wrote Frankenstein. Yeah, no kidding.
Ugh.
At least
I think it's Frankenstein, isn't it?
That's a Frankenstein.
That's Frankenstein.
That's exactly what it is. Romans. There's always an unfun fact about the Romans. Always at least one. This might be my favorite. They used, as a mouthwash, imported from Portugal, human urine.
Well, I mean, that diet. What do they eat in Portugal?
That's just a kink. Nero had a Portuguese whore pee in his mouth, and he liked the taste. And suddenly, the whole Roman Empire is like, we need Roman urine or Portuguese urine for mouthwash.
That's how these trends catch on, isn't it?
It's exactly that's all it is. One little weirdo with a kink, and suddenly it's all fat. Have you heard the rage? Why, that Portuguese gentleman looks like he's fit. Maybe his urine will give me the minty fresh breath I so crave. Good Lord.
I mean, the common folks were just using Spanish urine. It was,
if you find yourself to be terribly constipated, this is not unusual humans constipated have up to 10 pounds of poop in your colon. 10 pounds. Just sitting there waiting. I had a bout in 1991 of what I then designated roadblock. On tour, couldn't go. And I don't know if it was 10 pounds, but I did go to the ER because I was having such bad pain.
Seriously?
Yeah, I went in and I said, I'm on my organs. Something happened. I think I'm dying from the inside. Please help. And the guy literally X-rayed me and goes, "You just need to poop, son."
Yeah. A couple of Coors Lights
I was like,
get the job done.
I haven't done that in a few days. And I said, "Can you give me anything?" And he goes, "Oh, just let nature take its course." I'm like, "It's not taking its course." Southern doctor from an SCTV skit.
I'll crack open a Coca-Cola for you.
I'm going to kill that guy.
I suppose that's his advice on everything that comes in. I'll just let nature take its. Hell, I could be a doctor.
Yeah.
Down south.
We breathe in a liter of farts every day.
Well,
Tasty.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, people around you are farting. Make no mistake about it.
That's why I live alone.
Ferrets, those musky little weird animals that your weird friends have in their homes, will die if they go a year without sex.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you heard me. Female ferrets mature sexually, by the way, at 4 to 6 months of age. When they go into heat, they stay that way until they breed. However, if they never breed, prolonged estrogen increase may lead to aplastic anemia, and that leads to death. So if you see a ferret in heat, please find a male ferret to save that girl's life.
Yeah, my God.
Or my experience with someone who had pet ferrets, no, don't.
Yeah.
That whole, it's kind of an interesting musky odor, isn't it? No, it makes me want to vomit. Oh, I got no time for ferrets. Speaking of vomit, frogs can vomit their entire stomach inside out.
Well,
when a frog needs to hurl, the entire stomach spews out and dangles from its mouth. The frog then cleans the contents of the stomach with its hands and swallows it back down again.
Sounds like Sunday morning, doesn't it?
Tell you what, man, I do feel like I've been there. No question about it. For the first time in my life, I'm feeling I can relate to amphibious activity. Man, that one actually does kind of turn my stomach a little bit.
That's hardcore.
How about this? Some invertebrates, like cockroaches, when mating, it's called traumatic insemination.
Oh, jeez.
The males use sharp, jagged genitalia to penetrate their partner's body wall during copulation. They bypass the female genital tract and simply ejaculate into the blood system.
Okay.
Take
Who
all
said
the fun
romance
out of
is
sex.
dead?
How about that?
That's
See,
really,
ladies, it could be worse.
God, that's really playing hard to get. Put up your body wall.
Yeah. No, that's a Netflix series waiting to happen. They'll insert, instead of cockroaches, they'll have it be like a guy who dressed up like a clown at children's parties.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Koala bears eat on a regular basis their mom's poop.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, didn't we just, the koala, there's nothing, I mean, they make a cute picture, but didn't we find out that most koala bears, or all of them, have chlamydia?
Yeah. No,
Yes.
they're just,
Yeah, that was another unfun fact. Those filthy creatures.
Yep. I stood next to a koala bear once and took a photo with it. I didn't hold it, and it was just looking at me, and it was so cute. And I said to the guy, can you grab this koala bear? And he goes, "No, don't touch that, mate. Just don't touch the koala. Take your picture and move on." I was like, "Okay, fine." I didn't know he was going to give me the clap just for holding it.
Best advice you ever got.
It was very, very, very good advice. Saltwater, finally, unfun fact of the day. Saltwater can take up to 10 minutes to actually drown a human. They say
staying in the
it's
fresh
actually
lakes here.
You enter this zone of total calm comes over you after 10 minutes. So the lesson there is just go. If you want to drown, go to at the Lake Minnetonka. Don't go to the ocean.
Yeah, stay on the boat.
Much quicker in the fresh water. There are your unfun facts for a Tuesday. All right, we've done it. Now I feel gross. Now I'm a little horrified. Now I'm ready to move on, and let's get back to the fun. What's the dumbest app on your phone? Hang tight.
Connect with us on the KQ Talk and Text line. 651-989-ROCK. That's 651-989-ROCK. 92 KQRS.
I am cleansed. I am reborn. I have been baptized. I am a new man. My spirit and my soul are virgin fresh because I deleted Twitter from my phone yesterday.
Oh,
yeah?
And I haven't looked at it since. Well, when I got my laptop this morning, I looked. But on my phone, I did not have one moment yesterday of just like, hey, I wonder what's going on in the world. And I looked at Twitter. I had that thought. I had that compulsion. And I went, I guess I won't find out. And man, what a change. What an amazing thing to do.
If you had to guess, like on a normal weekday, how many times do you look at Twitter, do you think?
A solid dozen or between 12 and 24 times.
Between 12 and 24
Between
times?
a dozen and 2 dozen times, I will. If I'm waiting at the grocery store and there's two people in front of me and I'm like, and I've been aware of this for a while. Like I've forgotten what it's like to just be. I'm just looking for information, for a funny story, for a score update, for oh my God, is Jane's addiction really going to break up? I mean, I'm just trying to pursue storylines or whatever in my head. And I kid you not, yesterday on air I talked about it, and then I went, you know what, I'm getting rid of this thing, and I deleted it right there. Boom. And I noticed several times yesterday, oh, it's not there, and I I'm not making this up. A feeling of just breathe, just be here. It's Monday afternoon, Steve. Be here on Monday.
Okay.
Don't go around the world looking for something to think about that really doesn't matter because you just don't want a moment to go by without a thought in your head. And it's been pretty nice. I'm enjoying it.
Well, that's awesome.
Next up, Facebook. Actually, I don't do a lot of Facebook. Actually, Twitter was always the only social media platform I really got in. That got its hooks into me.
Have you done that before, though?
No.
Oh, this is the first time.
First time ever.
We'll
smelling the flowers, taking a look around. Yeah, I would take breaks every once in a while. And you start to, Steve, you'll notice things around because, hey, I'm as guilty as anyone. I've got a spare second in my day, and I just grab the phone and I immediately go to it. But, start noticing the world around you. It's good people watching. I don't know what it's good for exactly, but it's a different frame of mind, something we used to have that we don't have anymore. And I don't know if that's better or worse, but it's different. And I don't know, I don't get as worked up as I used to when you're just kind of taking in the environment around you.
Yeah, my general phone usage is down anyway. I've noticed lately I always leave my phone in the car. Like I get home from wherever we are and I walk in and I'm like, and I have to go back and get it. And I think that's a healthy sign because I've just sort of gotten myself out of 10 years ago, I was tethered to that damn phone in a way that I no longer am. Yesterday, it wasn't because I no longer had Twitter on my phone, but I was aware of it as this happened. Rosemary and I went out yesterday and we got a boat on Minnetonka. One of those,
nice.
We got a little electric boat. The guy said, if you can drive a golf cart, you can drive this boat. Top speed, 7 miles per hour.
Oh, cool.
And it's the boat you rent on Minnetonka when you want all the real boaters to mock you as they go by. Everyone looks and everyone waves. And then they do a double take like, oh my, why are they on that? But it was great. It was perfect for a yachtsman of my skill set.
Did you wear a propeller beanie as
I
well?
didn't, but if I had one, I sure as hell would have. No, we had an awesome, and there was hardly anybody out there actually. Very, very, very clear day for a knucklehead like me. And I didn't even, nothing, no thought of looking at my phone the whole time. It was wonderful.
Yeah, therapeutic, isn't it?
It was
Day one.
It was ridiculous. I was like, man, this is a good way to live. This is a good way to live life right here. So the average person apparently, these days is only spending 9 or 10 minutes a day on Twitter anyway. I was way beyond average. But again, that's the only one I ever jumped into. TikTok is really the one. The average TikTok user is at almost 70 minutes a day.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't have TikTok. I don't have an account, but
nor do I.
I know someone who does that I hang out with occasionally, and she'll go down that rabbit hole, and we'll be watching TV, and I would look over, what you up to? What's anything important? Someone died? Something wrong with the kiddo? No, TikTok. And we'll just, could sit there for 2 hours and just rattle through videos, and I'll go, come on, and then I scooch over and take a peek and say, oh, next one, and then the next one. That's hilarious, and pretty soon an hour has gone by.
No, it's the crack pipe of social media apps.
Absolutely.
For sure. YouTube is number 2, 55 minutes a day. Guilty here, but see, that also is my listening to music a lot because what I do on YouTube is I hear a song and I want to play it, and then it just leads to the next one. I'm like, oh, Grand Funk Live 74. I'm gotta watch that for a second. And if I don't watch the whole video, I'm certainly going to watch something else that the algorithm has provided next, like, hey, Black Sabbath 62, or whatever it is. It's just I go down those rabbit holes. But I do defend that because it's almost always just simply listening to music, which I'd be doing otherwise in a different form, and nobody would fault me for.
Well, YouTube has such a variety, so that's my number one app. I mean, that's my number one streaming service. I've got YouTube TV and then YouTube. I'm starting to get rid of some of the other ones. I haven't tuned into Netflix in months. Amazon Prime I still have. I got rid of Max. I got rid of Disney. I just got rid of all those because I just I paid for the ad-free YouTube, and I would say 90% of what it is I look at on a digital screen is through YouTube. I can watch documentaries. There's a 4-hour documentary I'm working on right now on YouTube. So it's not just, that quick fix crack that you get with, say, a TikTok.
Well, it's interesting to me the app thing that we all got rid of. Everyone cut the cable, cut the cord, we're cable free, and then at some point I did the math on all the apps I was paying for, like UseUp, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm paying more than I was for DirecTV now. Because now I have access to literally 2.5 million shows I'll never see. That's great. What a bargain. What a beautiful thing. But to your point, TikTok, that's for the kids. I don't do it. And I do, like you, if my daughter is near me and looking at something, I'll go down the rabbit hole really quickly. But TikTok is more than just people dancing and making fun of other people. There's some health advice you can get on TikTok, apparently, that's really sweeping the nation. And the latest one is to go eat dirt. TikTok. It's a huge trend right now. Biodynamic soil.
Oh, and stop it.
The TikTok videos are saying this is good for everything from gut health to clearing up that acne.
No, it's not.
Do you mix it with anything or just pure dirt?
It's pure dirt, literally pure dirt. You got to get the right dirt. It's special dirt, as I said, biodynamic soil. If you get a bunch of teenagers, if you tell a teenager that elephant pee is going to clear up that acne, they're going to take a chance at it. So a little bit of biodynamic soil, no problem, man. Pour some milk on that boy and give me a spoon, put on Gilligan's Island. I'll sit in front of the TV for hours eating that crap.
My dad is the king of when I was a kid comments, and that was our joke when we were growing up, when we were mocking Dad. When I was a kid, we didn't have food. We ate dirt. Well, I just ask anyone in North Korea what it tastes like if there's an Armageddon, if it's the end of times, I'll see what a spoonful of dirt. Until then, we still have Devani's, right?
Absolutely. Shout out Devani's.
All right.
And there's no question we have Devani's. You know what? If it comes down to right now, if you say a good scoop of dirt or some of that cheeseburger pizza, I'm going with the cheeseburger pizza. That's just me.
Easy call.
Amazon, speaking of apps, they have the Alexa digital assistant, as we all know. Alexa, play more of me. That's what I say. But check this out. A patient with a degenerative disease has commanded Alexa simply with his mind. The company has a technological innovation. A gentleman who is incapable of moving and doing things on his own and speaking is letting him stream shows and control devices with his thoughts. It's an implant in a blood vessel on the surface of this man's brain, and he is mentally tapping, in quotes, icons on the Amazon Fire tablet. So we're getting there. That's pretty amazing right there. That would be a great application, a great usage of an application. However, everything we've talked about up to this point is just mindless, stupid apps. We all have dumb apps on our phones. The dumbest app I have, I just got it, and I am obsessed with the new app, and I'm glad I just thought of it. The Flight Radar, where you just look at a plane overhead, and you open that app up, and you can see where it's going to, like the flight number, the airline, where it's going to, the make and model of the plane. How stupid am I? Why do I need to know that plane is going to Detroit? But I love it.
Is that Flighty?
Yeah.
Flight Tracker 24.
Flight Tracker, okay.
I love it. I just got it, and I will admit that a couple times on the lake yesterday, I was like, I wish I could see where that plane was going. Right there, one plane over the lake. I wonder if they're taking off or if they're coming in for a landing. I mean, if I was in that plane, I'd be looking down at this little electric boat and going, "Look at that dork." But it was great. It was really lovely. What can I say?
I think the most useless app that I have on my phone is my Things to Do app. It just turns into the Things I Haven't Done app, and then it bugs me about it all day. I'm like, I'm not doing it just because you're telling me to do it. I'm like in a relationship with my phone, But no, I had an app years ago, and I hope I have a couple of buddies out there listening that will love to hear this story again. It was called Hang Time. You guys ever downloaded the Hang Time app?
No.
Yeah, then you hang time and you start it, and then you throw your phone way high up in the air, and it tells you how long your phone was in the air.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it cost me a phone.
I bet it did. I bet it cost a lot of phones over the years.
Yeah. Well, after I broke my phone, then the joke was on me because they're getting so damn expensive that I got rid of the Hang Time app because you only did it when you were drunk. Hey, watch this. Hold my beer. Watch this. And then up the phone goes. And so we were all sitting around playing with my phone No one else was going to download it to see who could get the highest. I thought that we were in a grassy yard for crying out loud, but it turns out there was a patio way over there. And, got away from me.
Hang Time, the app for those moments when you forget how to count.
It was down to the 100th of a second, man.
Jeez.
I'm surprised that hasn't come up in app or crap yet, the Hang Time app.
Oh, I should have we should have saved that one. Well, we will.
That,
Well, that's all right. You know what? We'll come around. Somebody, they're not paying attention out there right now. They're trying to figure out how to get around that hoople head in front of them.
Tony's always got thoughts on apps or craps.
I do. Why don't we set you guys up as gladiators and see if you can play a little round of app or crap between you lads?
Oh,
what do you say to that?
He's excited about it. I play along with the listeners in my head for every game that we play, and this one I almost zero out, but I'm in. Why not?
You guys up for a little bit of this?
Let's go.
They have an app for that.
There's an app for that?
There's an app.
There's an app?
Sure, there's an app for that.
That is crap.
That is crap.
That is crap.
The KQ Morning Show presents crap.
Cool. We love apps. So tell you what we'll do. We'll give you a name and a brief description, and you guys guess, is it a real app or is it made up crap? App or crap?
Like being on the hot seat all of a sudden. Let's do it.
All right, we'll go back and forth with you two intellectual giants.
Yeah.
All right, the first, who wants to go first, Steve-O or Z?
Steve, go first.
All right,
Ryder says Steve, and no one argues with Ryder ever.
I already wrote down my scorecard.
Jeez.
Stephen, I present to you Quizlet. Students and learners of all ages can create, customize, and study flashcards. The Plus upgrade version uses AI to optimize the study process with amazing image uploads, ensuring efficient and effective learning. App or crap?
I mean, that is pure crap to me, so it's probably a real app.
You think it's a real app?
I think it's a real app.
Yes. It is.
All
right.
Smarty pants.
Heat's on.
Said in your face, Zep.
I got you. Yeah, keep your head up. I'm volleying it right back to you, brother.
All right, yours is Garden Party. Answer trivia questions and accumulate points. You trade in those points for virtual seeds, which grow plants that can be sold to virtual vendors for more points. You build a botanical empire, which now includes legal cannabis or in upper levels, opium poppy plants to make heroin if you dare to enter Garden Party's dark side.
All I heard was legal cannabis. That sounds like something my mom would play, but you went too far. I'm going to call crap. God, are you kidding me?
No, it is. I'm kidding.
Oh.
Yeah, it is crap. It sounds kind of cool, though, doesn't it?
It does,
Sounds
yeah.
amazing.
You went a bridge too far, did you? All right, Stephen.
Yes, sir.
Good on you. My grandmother used to say that.
Yeah.
Good on you, honey.
Yep.
Good on you. Fashion has a significant environmental impact, and Good on you aims to make fashion more transparent by rating fashion brand names on their ethics. It guides users towards more sustainable choices. Brands are rated based on environment, ethical, and animal welfare criteria. Now you can shop with a conscience.
I can't roll my eyes hard enough, so I think it's probably real. I'm going to say that's an app.
Yes, it is.
Wow, 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna keep the fashion industry on the up and up. Presented by ExxonMobil.
Yes. Knitted by slave labor children somewhere over in the... Yeah, that's all right.
All right, BZ, yours is Knick Knack Patty's Pack. What's in Patty's backpack? How much can you fit in it? Patty balances on the edge of a bridge. Choose from food items, building supplies, toys, even animals, you name it. If it fits, it goes in until it's full. And the goal is to stop in time, overfill, and you lose, and Patty goes over the side of the bridge. App or crap?
I, am praying for a zombie apocalypse because I'm going to say app.
Nope, made up.
See, I just thought it was one of those dumb things you do. All right, okay. Well, all right. I've got how many of these are we doing?
It sounds like something to do in real life that would be fun. Let's just get some dudes, put them over the side of the bridge, open your backpack. Open your backpack.
You're right.
Steve, yours is Khan Academy. With its vast array of free courses from math to the arts, Khan offers content spanning from kindergarten to college. Learn as millions have learned. Get a virtual and free education. Say it with pride. You're a student at Khan Academy. Khan!
That's what I was, is this Khan? Khan. I don't even know what the hell you just said, so I'm going to say it's crap.
No, it is an app.
Oh,
you can go to
sakes,
Khan Academy.
Yes. I'd rather just think about Ricardo Montalban and his rich Corinthian.
Oh my God.
All right, Zepp's up.
Yeah, Steve's up 2-1 back to Zepp.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you're keeping score. Zepp, Sippy Cup. With a nod to the beloved infant to toddler's favorite beverage container, Sippy Cup is bartending school at your fingertips. With accurate recipes and tips from some of the country's most skilled mixologists, you'll be ready to helm even the most demanding club in the city or just impress your friends at the next BYOB party.
Well, I mean, it sounds legit. I hate the name of it, though. So that makes me think it's crap. But app.
No, it's made up.
Come on.
It's made up.
Yeah, because a Sippy Cup. They wouldn't name it Sippy Cup. But it's not a bad app.
No, it's not a bad app. That's gonna do it. I'm gonna get out. What?
Yeah, we're over here. Yeah.
Look, I got a lead. I got to quit while I'm ahead.
Yes, you do. Excellent work.
I
appreciate you throwing us into the gauntlet there, Tony.
It's the KQ Morning Show, 92 KQRS. It's the KQ Morning Show. Steve, Zepp, Tony, and Ryder on Minnesota's classic rock. 92 KQRS.
Good morning, Maple Grove, Minnesota. What's happening?
Yeah, good old Maple Grove.
Good old Maple Grove. That should be the T-shirt. Good old Maple Grove.
So I'm going to get an earful at home if I don't mention Maple Grove, home to one of two down in the valley locations.
There you go.
Where, spoiler alert, my husband is the music buyer. So shameless plug, down in the valley, Maple Grove.
Like it.
I am awaiting my scolding after the show.
Oh, no, you've done your job. That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I always forget about that one up there. I'm in Golden Valley, so I'm right next door to, that's the original, I would imagine, in Golden Valley. Been around forever, but maybe I'll have to trek up there. I know I like to dip into Maple Grove every once in a while, just as long as I don't get into that shopping. Is it in that shopping area?
Oh, probably. Is there some kind of Chinese buffet there?
Well, it's all in there because every time where that Pittsburgh Blue Steakhouse, the shops at Arbor Lakes, I'm thinking about, I get in there and it'll take me a weekend to get out of there. It's all dead ends.
Nothing like a day of loitering, otherwise known as hanging out at a record store.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the stuff. That's the stuff of magic right there. Glad to have you with us this morning, Maple Grove. And here's something you probably don't know about me. I invented Post-it notes.
No kidding.
Yeah. Oh, no, wait. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't me. It was Romy and Michelle. That's who invented Post-it notes. Remember that movie?
That's right, yes.
Romy and Michelle's high school reunion?
Yeah, but I don't remember that part.
That was the whole shtick. They're going back to their high school reunion. They want to sound impressive. And so one of them says, I invented Post-it notes. And everyone's like, whoa, no way. And then somebody goes to burst the bubble by explaining who actually did it. I believe that was Janine Garofalo. The underutilized Garofalo moment. But I didn't actually invent Post-it notes, but someone at 3M did. And right now, there is a Minnesota showdown happening. And I don't mean four people at a four-way stop all trying to wait each other out. I'm saying that the coolest thing made in Minnesota is an actual contest you can vote on. The Minnesota Chamber of Commerce is pitting products against each other. What is the coolest thing produced in this state? We're down to the Sweet 16. And oddly enough, Post-it notes are not included in the final 16.
No.
That's surprising.
3M does have Scotch tape involved. But, I mean, Scotch tape, everybody makes Scotch tape. Those first Post-it notes, I mean, I was a kid and I thought those things were cool.
That's because they are cool.
Yeah, thank you very much. They certainly
absolutely
are. And when they came out with a second color, not just yellow, come on, man. That blew my hair back. That's how it was exciting.
It was fun to Post-it note your friend's car, you know. Do you guys ever do that? Just Post-it note it? No, the entire car from front to back. The whole thing. Covered completely in Post-it notes. I don't know if anyone has it on their phone. Guys, text it to me if you still have that one on there. This was pre-phone days, but we did it. And I mean, there wasn't a millimeter of that car that was available to the naked eye, or of that car available to the eye. It was all one big Post-it note. Unfortunately, we did a fair amount of littering when he went speeding down the street.
I was curious. Did you just drive them off, or did you have to then pull and pull and pull? So I guess I got the answer to that one. The top showdown in the Sweet 16 is that Scotch tape from 3M versus Spam. I would have thought those are finalists, but no. Here was 16 to go. That's one of the brackets right now. You have to flip a coin between Spam and Scotch tape. Ryder, what are you taking?
I mean, I'm going with the Spam because I, like you, don't think Scotch tape is that cool.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Tony, do you have a Spam or Scotch tape thought on this?
Scotch tape isn't as good between two slices of Wonder Bread.
That's a very good point. Very, very good point. 651-989-ROCK is the KQ Talking text line. Who's on the horn, Tony?
Our buddy John wants to talk Minnesota made.
John, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Christian Brothers hockey sticks.
Say it again.
Christian Brothers hockey sticks.
Christian Brothers hockey sticks.
Yeah. All right.
War Road, Minnesota.
And War Road.
Wow, War Road. All right, even I know where that is. Holy smokes. You're saying that's a fine product.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever held one of those sticks in your hands and just whack somebody with it?
One year, I actually got 4 of them for Christmas.
Okay. But I mean, have you ever put a hurting on somebody? You ever slash somebody with one of those sticks?
Oh, of course you have.
Yeah, okay. All right, just making sure. Making sure. Appreciate the call, John. We'll add that to the list. Thank you very much. On the KQ Talking text line, here's one from Jim, who happens to be Ryder's dad. Best Minnesota product, hands down, is American Crystal Sugar. Having it on my lefse for breakfast, washing it down with grape Kool-Aid made with, that's right, American Crystal Sugar.
Okay, in the 41 years that I have been my dad's daughter, 0 times has he brought up this love for American Crystal Sugar.
And now
so I'm a little bit surprised. The Lessa thing checks out.
And now twice in one text. That's pretty impressive. We do have a text echoing something Zepp said earlier, Tonka Trucks. How does Tonka Trucks not make the final 16? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. What about the mall? Wasn't the mall invented here?
Yes.
The first mall. That's right. It was.
Water skis.
Yeah. 1919 root beer. That's a text from a listener. Wow.
All right.
Okay. Fair enough. A lot of great things here produced in Minnesota. What about Heggie's Pizza? Yeah. Sure.
Love me some Heggies.
Yeah.
When this first came out, I think Brewpub Lots of Matzo was on there and got bumped off already. So I'm kind of salty.
Wow. My first weekend as a Minnesotan, I had Heggies for the first time. I mean, I hadn't even been here a full week, and I was introduced to the magic that is.
It is legit.
Is there another call, Tony, or no?
No, they are gone.
They were just bitching.
Actually, they were just telling tales about 3M inventions.
Oh, really?
Pretty involved, yes.
There was a look of concern on Tony's face. I thought it was either that or somebody was begging you to call 911.
Paulie filled me with info.
Also on the text line, the Bunt Cake Pan. Is that a Minnesota?
Oh, that's true,
really?
Yes.
Oh,
the Bunt Cake Pan.
Hey, good on you, Minnesota, but my least favorite of all Mom's cakes. Felt like she was just getting a little lazy, kind of spongy. Not my favorite. Yeah.
You say bunt cake, and I go right to like a beanbag chair and a bead doorway thing. It's 70s to me. I think about a lava lamp. My sister was big on the bunt cakes when I was a little kid, and she had like friends, and they wore mini skirts and listened to like Pink Floyd records and made bunt cakes. It's all just a mishmash in my brain. Kind of exciting and kind of titillating and kind of confusing too, all at the same time.
What in the hell? I did some Googling here. I don't keep these facts in my head. I don't have that computer brain of yours, Steve. But Tony, invented in Stillwater by Charles Strite, the toaster. The modern toaster as we know it now, the 2 pop-up toaster. First showed up in Scotland, toasting it on each side, but you had to flip it and do the whole thing. The modern toaster invented in Stillwater.
That is right. We mentioned that once on the show last year, and I'm embarrassed that I forgot. How do you beat the toaster? I know one thing that you could say probably beats the toaster, and again, somehow, amazingly not in your final 16. Nerf.
Oh,
Nerf.
Nerf.
The Nerf. Invented by ex-Viking kicker Fred Cox.
Yeah.
Wow.
Phenomenal. Probably no one invention that impacted my childhood life more than the Nerf, because we came of age, right? I mean, that was given to us. Yep. That was our Gen X. We were the Nerf generation, and everything Nerf. Yeah.
Man, that's tough to beat right there. Who's on the horn now, Tony?
Dan has some info on another Minnesota-made product.
Dan, good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
Great. Dan, give me your favorite band, first things first.
Oh, the Scorpions.
All right. Favorite team, any sport?
Anybody who beats up on the Vikings, how's that?
Oh, boy.
All right. I get it.
All right.
Bitter.
All right, Dan. So what product is, what's your Minnesota product?
The Hostess Donuts.
Really?
Hostess.
Yeah, they're made down in, I think it's Northfield, Minnesota. You drive right by their plant on the way through all the time.
All right. I love it.
Hostess Donuts. I never had an association with Minnesota with those.
Did they make the fruit pies? Was it the Hostess fruit pies?
Yeah, Hostess fruit pies.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a little white powdered sugar donuts. They're right down by the Malto Meal plant down there.
Malto Meal.
Malta, yeah. Okay, I have a buddy who works there.
All right. Dan, thanks for that, brother. I had a Hostess fruit pie situation develop once at a birthday party at a friend's house where I ate 2 Hostess fruit pies in their entirety, cherry.
Oh. Bellyache?
I ate one, and then I was like, I'm just going to go right back and get another one because no one's paying attention.
They're kind of rich.
Big mistake. Big mistake. They were great going down.
Diabetes.
Sat there.
Oh, hey, this one might take a lot of us guys back to our first awkward boner in the basement with a cousin. Twister. Twister, invented in Minnesota.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Reynolds Geyer Agency had a game called Pretzel, which sold the idea to Milton Bradley, who renamed it Twister.
Man.
Yeah.
There's so much history in Minnesota. Speaking of the American Crystal Sugar Company, that is, of course, Ryder's father's favorite product. They are in the Sweet 16 going up against a folding bow saw from Sven Saw. Now, Ryder, you're a big fan of the folding bow saw, so this is going to pit you and your dad against each other.
That it is, yeah, because you can't get through life without a bow saw, especially one you can fold down and put in your pocket.
Man.
Hell, it's named Sven.
Sven Saw, folding bow saw or sugar. You choose. We've also got. I love the way they've matched up these products that have literally nothing to do with each other. Johnny Pop's frozen rainbow fruit stacks versus iBox, a device that tests for concussions.
Oh,
now,
all right.
No, I do understand this. I do understand the connection, because if you put too much of that Johnny Pop down your throat at once, you'll get a headache, and you'll think to yourself, "Is this a concussion or is it just the Johnny Pop talking?"
See? Problem solutions, Minnesota.
Easy Stand is a sit-to-stand device for people with physical disabilities going up against Red Wing Shoes leather Beckman boot. We already decided that Beckman boot's kind of hard to top, really.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Good looking piece of shoe right there from old Red Wing. Man, look at it. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about dropping leather on some of those right now. It's fantastic. I do think and again, as a recent transplant, you say Minnesota, I think Green Giant, I think Spam, I think Tonka. Those are my 3. And nothing against all the other worthy competitors, but that's just what comes to mind as a guy who just doesn't know much. But when I found out Nerf was from here, that's probably the most excited I got. 651-989-ROCK, talking text line. Who we got, Tony?
Colleen first, and then Larry with some good ones.
Colleen, good morning. Colleen.
That's
hello?
Larry.
Larry? Sorry.
Yeah, either one's
Larry.
okay. Yeah.
Larry, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Larry!
Favorite band, Larry?
Springsteen.
Favorite team?
Favorite team?
Any sport?
Oh, I suppose we'll go with the Vikings.
Sure. All right. 2-0 right now. Ride that pony, brother.
Definition in my tone there. Yeah.
All right, what do you got for us?
Pillsbury Space Food Sticks.
What?
You guys don't remember those?
No.
Oh, go back to the late 60s or so, or somewhere in the 60s. Yeah, they were developed here down not too far from you guys on Southeast 2nd Street, the Pillsbury Research and Development Labs.
Yeah, it's what the astronauts ate. Supposedly a little package with little like sticks of caramel Chocolate, vanilla.
Almost like Tootsie Rolls, but better for you.
Oh, they tasted like Play-Doh.
Wash it down with your Tang.
Yeah. Right.
There you go.
I'm looking at photos right now. No bells rung. I don't remember ever seeing this product before.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Fair enough. And I had an astronaut's lunchbox for crying out loud.
Should have been in there.
Oh, man. What else you got, Larry?
What else have I got? In Minnesota.
Bad back?
A rash?
Yeah.
All right, just curious. I mean, that's a pretty good one. You stumped the panel. Space
There
food
we go.
sticks. Appreciate the call,
That's
brother.
what I'm
Thanks
here
for
for.
listening.
You got it.
Let's go to Colleen if we still have her. Colleen, are you with us?
You bet.
What's your favorite band?
Uriah Heep.
Oh.
Deep cut.
Wow.
The often underappreciated Heap coming in
You
strong.
got it. The original
Yeah.
heavy metal bands.
Favorite
There you go.
Favorite team, any sport.
Minnesota Wild.
That'll work. All right, what do you got for us?
Old Home Foods.
Say that
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Say it
Old
again.
home.
Oh, Old
Yep.
Home. Nice.
Yep, they make cottage cheese and sour cream and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. The best for...
Bermuda onion dip, insane.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Insane.
All right, adding it to the list. I appreciate it. Right.
So good.
Oh, man, we used to come Friday nights. We did some of that onion dip, man. Let me tell you something.
Just dip and beer,
nobody
you know?
was gonna
Come
end up
on.
wearing their pants.
With old Dutch potato chips.
There you
Oh, you guys, stop it. I'm starving.
Colleen, thanks for the call, and thanks for reminding us that Ryder is a sucker for some onion dip.
There you go.
Did you ever have so much onion dip that you threw up behind a bar,
Probably.
maybe over in Uptown?
I think it was onion dip and lefse, maybe.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
That probably makes sense.
Whoops.
Just waiting for the proper
I have
buttons.
puked in the back alley behind the Uptown bar.
It was. I knew it was only a matter of time. All right, top 5 at 9 coming up. Hang tight.
It's the KQ Morning Show, 92 KQRS. You're listening to the KQ Morning Show. Steve, Zepp, Tony, and Ryder on 92 KQRS.
Dell Hardware Warranty Support. My name is. How can I help you?
Well, what I got is my mom's laptop here, and it won't turn off.
It won't turn off?
Cannot turn it off. Tried to turn off the power, everything, it won't turn off.
All right. Can I get the service tag?
I just gave it to you people. All right. Express service code is 49. You got it?
I couldn't hear you very well. You're yelling very loud. 49, is that right?
Yeah, it's close enough. All I need to know is how do you turn this thing off? You know, your automated crap sucks, all right? And I think you suck, all right?
All right.
How do you turn this thing off? You understand that?
All right. Well, I will just need to actually see what system you have here. So, can I get the name on the account and the phone number it was purchased at?
Why do you need all this? All I need to know is how do you turn the thing off?
I need to verify the owner of the system, sir.
Oh, gee. The number is 72.
All right. And can I get your name?
My name is...
And your last name?
I'm not going to give it to you. All right? Let's put it that way. All right? Because I have nothing to do with this computer. All I want to know is how you shut it down before it causes a fire. Will you tell me?
So, to shut the system off, you see the power button on it?
I've been pushing it for the past 3 hours. It don't do nothing.
Okay, hold down the power button for 10 seconds right now.
Well, she could have told me that. You know, you are not very freaking helpful. You know that? You're asshole. And you can put this in your records, all right?
Oh, it's in the records, all right. That is fantastic.
Don't do nothing.
And what a perfect way to remind everyone that today is IT Professionals Day. And that's number 5 on your top 5 at 9. IT Professionals Day. We all love the IT folks. It takes a solid set of skills to fill the shoes of an IT pro, ladies and gentlemen. So thanks to everybody who keeps all of our stuff running smoothly, especially the ones who receive phone calls like that one we just heard.
Oh, man. As a former customer service person, just triggered is the word. I've had people tell me, I am not going to tell you my last name. I'm like, all right, then we can't move forward, bro.
Really? What sort of world were you doing customer service for? What realm?
Internet repair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Had no idea. Were people hot under the collar?
I did some phone bank stuff too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just tell the man how to shut the damn thing off? By the time we get to you, just tell him how to shut the computer off. That's it. That's all you need. Just hold it down for 10 seconds. That, by the way, that was his 4th or 5th IT professional that he talked to. Just be patient with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been going through it all week long, and they're good people, but you have to start, I got 2 of these. Can I just put you on hold for 2 or 3 minutes? Sure. Mm-hmm. Click, hang up.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got to start it all over again. How can I help you today? Well, for the 4th time. So yeah, let's all just try and get along. We need each other, unfortunately.
I hear myself say this regularly. I know it's not you. I'm frustrated. I don't mean to be. I'm not yelling at you. I'm upset with the situation. I don't think it ever helps. I try my best once I've lost the plot. Number 4 in your top 5 at 9. TikTok, the social media app, often is responsible for trends sweeping the nation. The newest one. TikTok is offering health advice. Go eat dirt. Specifically, biodynamic soil is the new trend raging around TikTok. If you have a teenager and they're chowing down on dirt, you can blame the app TikTok. They're saying, oh no, this is really great for everything from gut health to acne. You've got to get a special dirt. We can provide you with the link, biodynamic soil. Don't eat dirt.
Yeah, just ask anyone living in a third world country. It's just not that great, I bet.
It's just really not worth the time. Just, you know what? Eat a plastic cup before you eat the dirt. That's what I would say. At least there's a chance that plastic cup retains some flavor of the last thing to pass through it.
Yeah, TikTok's giving us some great things. There's the Skull Breaker Challenge. And don't forget, they said the best way to eat a corn cob was to put it on a drill bit. And that's how a guy lost 4 teeth.
Actually, that's pretty awesome.
I think it was created by the Jackass guys, wasn't it? TikTok?
Should have been. Number 3 on your top 5 at 9. REO Speedwagon will stop touring as of January 1st, 2025. One of the stranger band stories of the recent past. Okay, really quickly, bassist Bruce Hall had back surgery last year. REO Speedwagon went on the road this summer with a fill-in bassist because the band determined he was not ready to perform at the level the fans have come to expect. Their words, not mine. What the bassist in REO Speedwagon's obligations are beyond playing the bass, I cannot begin to imagine. But 50 years in, they benched their bassist while he recovered. And then during that time, apparently, bassist Bruce Hall and Kevin Cronin, they were arguing so vociferously that they have now reached the irreconcilable differences phase of the relationship. And the band has announced, because of the fact they can't rebuild their friendship, the whole thing is shutting down as of January 1st.
Oh, man. I mean...
What?
Had I known, I would have taken advantage of seeing REO Speedwagon one of the 25 times they played here in the last 2 years.
They do get some work done, no question about it. Kevin Cronin himself missed the last 2 shows of the summer tour because he had an unexpected, undisclosed emergency surgical procedure. And in his quote, he said during his time in the hospital, it made him realize he had to re-examine what he wants to do with the rest of his life and who I want to be surrounded by while I do it. Vague shot at bassist Bruce Hall. Basically, what he wants is a bunch of hired guns so he can go play the same damn set without paying a band. That's just one man's opinion. I don't know. Call me crazy. Number 2 on your top 5 at 9. New Prague, Minnesota. A close call. 50 middle and high schoolers on a bus on the way to school. The bus driver apparently had some sort of medical situation. The bus went straight into a cornfield. No injuries. Everybody's okay, which is why we don't feel bad about letting you know. If you want to know what it sounds like when a bus hits a cornfield, it sounds like this.
Cornfield! To the cornfield!
I just love the one kid. Cornfield! We're in a cornfield!
Cornfield! To the cornfield!
Well, it's corn maze season. You know, they're just getting a start on a corn maze out there, I think.
That's the opening scene for the long-awaited sequel to Children of the Corn. Right there. Morning to our friends in Elk River, Minnesota. Elk River getting a shout-out right now. I know nothing about Elk River.
A lot of my favorite people are from Elk River. Hell, they have a Harley-Davidson dealership. So Elk River for a good time. And, I think that's in Zimmerman now, the Hardys. I'm going to take that back. But, yeah, good time.
You and your Hardys. Hardys and Harleys.
Hardys and Harleys.
And harlots.
Yeah, right up 169, all three of them.
And Harlequin romance novels. What else can we say Zepp loves, starting with HAR? Good morning, Elk River. Finally, you're number one on your top 5 at 9. If you happen not to put on the TV last night for Monday Night Football, Kirk Cousins has exorcised the Monday Night Football demons from his life. That's right, Kirk Cousins, he of the late 30s Achilles tendon tear, brought the Atlanta Falcons back on the road in Philadelphia. A 70-yard drive at the end of the game. For the first time really all night, Atlanta moved the ball right upfield. 70 yards, game-winning touchdown. He did it all in about a minute 30. Very impressive effort from Kirk Cousins. Does he still have it? Well, he did for a couple minutes last night. We'll see how that transfers over to the next 15 games of the season. But it's nice to see Kirk Cousins on a Monday Night Football game on the telecast with a last-minute victory for the Atlanta Falcons. Way to go, Kurt, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, well, wouldn't it be nice to also get back and get that Falcons playoff game back against Kirk Cousins this fall? I'm just saying, no one's missing him here. And by the way, when he left, he took this band with him.
So, yeah, we'll keep playing. But they keep playing higher, and I'm going, Creed has a lot of hits. They got a good catalog. We don't have to only play higher, but they're taking us higher, so we'll take it.
Oh, boy. I tell you what, man, the Creed ain't going to go too far in the ATL. There's a whole different sensibility in one of my favorite cities in the world that doesn't involve Scott Stapp. I can promise you that. There's your top 5 at 9.
Get the KQ Morning Show podcast wherever you listen. 92 KQRS.